Sometimes we need to use acids, and acids are a good way to clean some stuff, especially if it's inorganic stuff that we need to clean with an acid. There's several different products out there. There's hard acids, there's not as hard acids. And so when we're talking about acids, usually we're going to be talking about acids on the lower side of the pH scale. So obviously 7 is in the middle. That is neutral. We get higher than that, that's going to be our bases. Our acids are going to be lower than that. So we can be anywhere from, some of these acids can be pretty harsh acids. They'll be down even at the one on the range. So we really got to be careful with acids. We really got to take precautions. We really got to wear all our PPE, our safety glasses, our everything that we may need to have on, that we need to make sure that we're being safe when we're doing this stuff, because it can be very dangerous and it can happen like a split second. Some of these acids that we're using, this is how they get rid of people. I mean, literally, it can eat everything up. So we really got to be careful with the acids. Acids can be very, very dangerous. In fact, I don't like even carrying acids on my truck too much, because acids and bleach don't play well together. They're not real good friends. They will make explosive stuff if you're not careful. They can make toxic gases with these two mix. It can be really ugly. So we really got to be careful with this stuff. If we have this stuff on our trucks, we have to make sure that it's labeled, that we know what is in. If it's in a pump up sprayer, we have to label this stuff. We have to make sure that we are keeping safe. We're keeping our employees safe, keeping you safe. We have to do this stuff to make sure that we're keeping that stuff safe. So I'm going to talk about some acids. I'm going to talk about some not as strong acids, and then we're going to go into the little bit stronger acids. So the first acid we're going to talk about is oleic acid. Oleic acid it's also called oxbrite down here. This is just one name for Pressure Tech. There's other ones that you can get out there, but it's just a oleic acid. It's used to neutralize and brighten wood, so we can use this to clean after we clean a deck. We can neutralize the soap that we put on and bring it back to neutral. It'll make it look brand new versus all kind of yucky. We can use this after concrete cleaning, and it'll help bring up, it'll help give it a little bit more of a white look on concrete cleaning. We can use this on mild rust stains. If we have some mild rust stains, battery acid, probably not going to work too much on battery acid, but on mild rust stains, we should be able to use that on concrete, vinyl siding, surfaces caused by the irrigation causes, that kind of stuff. So the next one is, here's some other F9 products. F9 makes a great product that it uses acids. It is a strong acid, but it's not like muriatic acid or something like that gets on you and you starts eating your freaking skin away, or aluminum brightener, or any of these other acids. All of them are acids. It's just a matter of how they are. So you can see right here in the photo, I'll move my big head. I cleaned both this one here on the right, the chimney. I actually used Rust Removal Plus on that one. And then on the battery acid on the left side of the side here, where it says Rust Be Gone, was F9. So you can see the products. Now, when we're using product like F9, you can see how bright it brightened up that concrete. So that's what I was talking about earlier. You can see here a driveway we did. It had some little bit of rust stains right here. You can see some rust, and it was all peppered all the way through there. And what happened is they were putting stuff on the grass. They were fertilizing the grass, and it had an iron in it, and it was made by Scott, and it got on the driveway, and you can see what it did there. You can see a pretty good spot right there. Right in this area is a pretty good spot. It looked like it's a little bit tougher to see it up through there, the rest of it, but you can just see like little pellets where the pellets actually fell and did it. You can see right here, the same spot, that rust is gone. We did put a sealer on it because concrete is like a big sponge, and when it gets wet, you could actually see it. So we put a a deep penetrating sealer on it, so that way when water gets on it, you're not able to see down into there. But you can see this is probably 25-year-old concrete right here, and it looks brand new. So this is what we can do with acids. Again, we have to be careful with them, though. They can be very dangerous, and that's one thing that, make sure we're wearing eye protection, make sure we're wearing respirator, make sure we're wearing gloves. If it gets on you, you got to get this stuff off of you. Acids can be very, very dangerous. But we can use them for ourselves. So, if you got some rust that's coming on vinyl siding, we can spray this stuff on and it works like magic. It works just like bleach. But One Restore is another one that you can use too that works pretty good. It's a pretty strong acid, but it's not something that is going to eat you alive right away. But that is some things that we can use to be able to get stuff clean. Again, we do not want to mix chemicals. Bleach and acid is a big no-no. There was one of the guys when I first started learning. One of his employees, it had very little bit of acid in the bottom of a pump-up sprayer, and he went and put bleach in that pump-up sprayer, and about 5 minutes later, that pump-up sprayer was no more. It blew up. So be careful, guys. Don't do stuff stupid and don't get yourself hurt. It's not worth getting yourself hurt. And on the second hand of that, these are some good jobs to make a lot of money. For instance, that concrete job that I showed there where we redid the driveway, we charged $1.50, I think it was $1.60 a square foot to clean and seal this stuff. So, it is a process that we have to use. F9 works great. You just got to read the instructions. It does take some time. That took about 3 to 4 hours to do because the process of it takes time. You have to spray. You got to clean it first, and you got to dry it all the way down to nothing. So I had some backpack blowers drying it all off. Then you spray it down. You got to dry it all off again. Spray it down. Dry it all off again. Spray it down. Put some water on it. Rub it in, and you're done with it. So again, you want to follow the instructions, but that's pretty much the instructions that you're going to be following to make that happen and to get you that new looking driveway. So again, it can be worth, you can make a lot of money, but what I always tell people is acids are very dangerous. Another place we can use acids is on a house that has like vinyl siding oxidization that has ran down off of aluminum siding onto the brick. A lot of times you'll see the paint that will run onto the brick. This is another place we can use acids that will remove that. So again, acids work great, but they can be very dangerous. So we really want to be careful. I want to push it. Be careful. The last thing I want you to do is get chemical burns. It can be some nasty stuff. It can mess you up pretty bad. So just be careful out there when you're using this stuff. It does work good, but just be careful when you're using it.